one up and up is magic. With the it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes.
Just off Lakeshore Drive, nestled next to Lake Michigan, that's where you find historic Soldier Field in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, touchdown number 15 of the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go. 26-yard line.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 26. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Open man is Trey Burton. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And down inside the 15 he goes. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else, establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So second down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43.
Watch the run, watch the run. Watch out.
Play action, it's Trubisky. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and it's third down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
And a Cowboy first down.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Come on. Check.
Here we go, 46.
Prescott from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Prescott. It'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Hightower able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game. But it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. It's complete to Fuller. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Alert! Alert! Greystone, travel.
On 1st down, Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it's cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling. On 2nd down now, it's Gordon. The tackle. The Bears on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here we go on 4th down with Trubisky. He finds his target, Fuller. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Hey, 18.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. It's taken to the 26. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10.
180. 48 right now. Let's go. Hey, 18. 48.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. Now Trubisky on first down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go.
A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Now it's Trubisky. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Trubisky will throw. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
It's now 3rd down and 14.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is
And got his man complete. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. Marr able to put this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. On 2nd and 7, Trubisky. That is incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Trubisky. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott. He's going to rifle one. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 81 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This one taken from the 7. Nifty move. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Play action. Now Trubisky. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. It's complete to Diggs. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. He's got Fuller. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. They were caught in no man's land that time, but the decision to go for it, that was the right one. It's a 1st down. Trubisky now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
Check. Check hot route. Hot. Hey, alert.
They go play action. Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They go play action with Trubisky. He wants it all for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big run that time by Elliott. 55 yards. And a guy that can change the game, shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Now on 2nd and 13. Prescott, pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. 3rd and long for Prescott. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Defensively, you said coming in earlier earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one.
And, my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Hey, 47. 26.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Randall Cobb, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Khalil Mack. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
Switch. We're going to 54.
Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Khalil Mack. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. To throw is Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. One heck of a 3rd down conversion, 33 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
You got tight right there.
From the red zone now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Hightower able to record his 5th sack of the season. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Prescott to throw it. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
You got nothing. 40
Following the fumble recovery, it's Trubisky. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what it said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
So close to an NFL record, but denied by the crossbar.
And you have to feel bad for him, don't you? He squeezed every last inch out of that kick. Oh, I thought he had it, but you said it. He's denied by the cruel sound of the metal crossbar.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Watch the edge.
He's got the first down here inside the 30, and he'll be taken down at the 26. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I'm going to run you hard. Slam, slam, slam. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
The 2-yard line.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Third down.
Come, 180. Night. Showing it.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big